We can see a few more things getting set up on the state fairgrounds right now here as we get ever closer. Now that we're into August, it's coming up soon. Plenty of sunshine overhead, obviously here in Des Moines and a lot of places around Iowa today. We're looking ahead though to rainfall as soon as tomorrow, especially into Wednesday, possibly some heavy rain for the middle part of the week before we get back to the sunshine here once we head towards Thursday onward. Now, as far as a rainfall potential, right now, if you look at our map here, this is kind of general overview. We're going to say probably this kind of light blue to the purple to reddish color, a good 1 to 3 inches is kind of the most likely range we're looking at here. Rainfall through Wednesday of this week, kind of centered across roughly central and southern and eastern Iowa is going to be the heaviest zone, it looks like. Northern Iowa, not so much. You're not going to be the bullseye of the heaviest rain this time around, but possibly could be some pockets of even more than that. We'll talk about that in 1 second. Right now, just a few clouds bubbling up as we warm up through the morning and midday hours here across Iowa. More clouds to the north and the west. The culprit behind the rainfall coming our direction is this front that's up here towards the Dakotas. That's going to slowly move south and east into Iowa tomorrow and then just kind of get stuck overhead and take all the way until Wednesday to really get on out of here. Meanwhile, multiple showers, waves of showers and thunderstorms will sort of move along that boundary. As we head through the rest of today, the sky's pretty quiet, just sunshine. We'll pause the clock at midnight tonight. Clouds starting to increase from the west, perhaps some rain in far northwest Iowa, but I think more of us will have to wait until probably the pre-dawn hours tomorrow, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Few scattered showers, perhaps a rumble of thunder or two, and then past the morning or past the daybreak time tomorrow into the middle of the day, you see scattered cloud cover, a few scattered showers, maybe a storm or two. This is going to be kind of hit or miss rain, I think, through at least the first half of tomorrow. Better chance of a scattered thunderstorm during the afternoon of your Tuesday. More clouds here as well. And then the better shot at the more widespread, heavier sort of rain comes as we head towards tomorrow night. This is roughly 11 o'clock, midnight or so. And notice how the heaviest stuff is really focused across the southern half of Iowa overnight tomorrow night into the first part of Wednesday, and then possibly another round of some heavier rain with some thunderstorms here during the day on Wednesday before once we head towards about Wednesday afternoon, even Wednesday evening, things will be starting to wind down as that front finally pushes all the way out of here. Clouds start to clear as well. You'll dry in northwest Iowa first by the second half of Wednesday. So we're looking especially across the central and southern half of Iowa for that heaviest rain as we go forward through the middle part of the week. Rest of today, though, lots of sunshine, upper 80s, just a touch warmer than yesterday. Breeze out of the south, maybe 10, 15 miles per hour. Now, tomorrow, with more clouds starting to work in, you'll see a bit of a spread in temperatures. 70s to the north, 80s to the south for Tuesday. We all cooled to the 70s with some more widespread rain on Wednesday. And then once we push that on out of here, shower storms are gone. Sunshine and 80s are back for Thursday. We'll warm up gradually towards 90 this weekend.